You know, you can tell the summer's approaching because Netflix starts bringing out the old teen rom-coms. I mean, last year we had To All the Boys I Loved Before, we had Sierra Burgess, Insatiable, and who can forget the masterpiece that was The Kissing Booth. Now, of course, I made videos on all of these because this is my cross to bear, but here we are once again with yet another Noah Centineo spring/summer movie. Well, I gave it a watch and, let's take a walk. So the movie starts out with Brooks, just your average 22-year-old high school student, writing his admissions essay to get into Yale, the college of his dreams. Because he just can't wait for that sweet 26% interest on his $200,000 student loans, you know what I'm saying? So high five, everybody. But anyway, so the beginning of the movie is him reading his admissions essay to his school counselor, and by extension, us. And it's filled with all those like fluffy, meaningless phrases that everyone thinks you're supposed to put in for some reason, and the counselor's not really impressed.
Okay, that's enough.
But there's actually 5 more pages.
That's plenty.
Okay.
I think all the words were there.
You hate it. I bare my soul in these pages, and you hate my soul.
You didn't bare your soul. That's what I hate about it.
Say more about that.
You want to change the world. What about it?
Hey, you know what? I don't appreciate all this honesty and constructive advice, all right? What are you, new? Can't you just be like every other high school counselor? So, what do you think I should do, Mr. Jacobson? I don't know. What, you think I got where I am today by knowing stuff? You don't even need to write this stupid essay. Just Photoshop some pictures of yourself play water polo or something. I mean, it works for everybody else.
And if you want to stand out, you're going to have to rework your essay. You're going to have to look real deep inside and ask yourself, who is Brooks Radigan?
So this great existential question here is what sets the movie in motion, where Brooks realizes that he doesn't really know who he is as a person, because, you know, he's just a high school teenager. That being said, he does know one thing. He wants to go to Yale no matter what.
You met with the counselor today, right? How'd that go?
It was good. She told me that Yale's competitive. Did you know that?
I thought we agreed on UConn. I don't get it. It's a great school.
Dad, UConn is like the girl down the street who eats food in bed and smells like it.
Well, that sure is oddly specific. I mean, let's be honest here. Probably at least 80% of girls watching this movie are sitting in bed, pizza in one hand, nachos in the other, just like, well, Brooks is a dumb name anyway, so who asked you?
At Yale, she's smart. She's stylish, but not flashy. You get accepted by her, that means you're somebody special.
But anyway, so later, Brooks goes to his job working at Generic Sandwich Shop, and here is where we get our first main story beat.
Dude, I'm not dating my cousin. I'm escorting her to a semi-formal at Greenwich Prep, that's it. Plus, my uncle's paying me too, so. I mean, dude, it's like the worst timing ever, too. Like, Madison's parents are gonna be gone for the night, and we'd have the entire house to ourselves. So.
Is your cousin hot? I'll take your cousin.
What?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, what? But you know, could we just back up for a second and appreciate how this guy's friend is just like in his own little world the entire scene?
Dating your cousin is weird.
Dude, I'm not dating my cousin.
I love mayonnaise.
I mean, dude, it's like the worst timing ever, too. Like,
olives look like belly buttons.
For the night, and we'd have the entire house to ourselves.
Is your cousin hot?
So Brooks offers to take this guy's cousin to the dance as long as he gets paid for it. Because, you know, he's only in it for the money, okay, guys? It's not like he's actually gonna, I don't know, develop feelings for the girl along the way and then deny those feelings until it's almost too late and then win her back with some grand gesture or anything. I mean, it's definitely not gonna be one of these movies. So sometime after this, we cut to Brooks going to said girl's house, and here we finally meet Celia. And we learn pretty quick that she's not like other girls, because she wears boots and leather jackets. That's how you know she's cool.
Reese let you use his car. Man, he was really desperate to get out of this, wasn't he?
No. He wanted to go with you. He just thought we would have more fun together. You are.
Aw, that's cute. But I can open my own doors.
Understandably, given the whole situation, Celia isn't real enthused about having her parents pay some guy who's basically a random stranger to hang out with her. I mean, let me tell you, that's how you know you're special.
Well, let's define terms here. I'm not your responsibility because Eisenhower isn't in office anymore. Secondly, you're getting paid to hang out with me. Imagine how that makes me feel. Like, really, really imagine it.
But you know what's worse is offering to pay someone and they still won't even hang out with you, so not that I would know. Anyway, so they make their way over to the dance, and Celia starts channeling her dead grandmother or something, and things go about as well as any high school dance. So, you know, you have some kids dancing ironically and some kids dancing way too seriously, and then everyone else just kind of standing around because having fun is for losers. Later on, Celia and Brooks are taking a little break, and here we meet Veronica from Riverdale, but she's on a top secret mission, so now she goes by the name Shelby.
So I'm having this intimate after-party thing at my place. You guys should come.
She's, but rain check?
That's a shame. I'm Shelby, by the way. Hi.
Hi.
I just love his face here, because like this is exactly the same way I reacted in high school anytime a girl like made eye contact. It's a girl. What do I do? Anyway, so right after this, they decide to head home early because Celia over here pretends to have a twisted ankle. But I mean, you know, Brooks still gets paid, so it's not a bad night overall. Now, here's where the movie finally starts to really get going. So the whole, like, getting paid to take a girl on a date thing gives Brooks an idea for a way that he could save money for Yale and make himself maybe a little more interesting than guy who works at not Subway. He goes to his best friend, Murph, who, get this, just so happens to make smartphone apps. Isn't that something? Now, after working tirelessly for like 30 minutes, they come up with a male chaperone app where Brooks, a high school student, mind you, gets paid to do whatever girls tell him to, I guess. And somehow, this doesn't raise any red flags. So then we get this long montage of him going on completely normal, like benign dates with real, actual girls his own age, like going to an art show or playing tennis or dressing up like a cowboy. How wacky. But like, I gotta call shenanigans here, okay? I mean, it's a movie, yeah, I get that. Like, you're telling me not even one time he showed up for a date and it turned out to be like some 45-year-old single mom who's just like, I want you to walk barefoot in chocolate pudding while I listen to the Mamma Mia soundtrack. Or, you know, like a girl who's obsessed with Disney's Rapunzel and talks to the dolls in her storage closet. Wouldn't that be something? Anyway, so in the middle of all of this, one day, Brooks gets a call from Celia, of all people.
Brooks.
Look, I'm not good at apologies, but I feel like I owe you one because you were a gentleman and pretty fun to be around and you were just doing your job. But honestly, you were pretty smug too, so I feel like it shouldn't be a whole apology, but a half apology, so I'm half sorry. Is that cool?
Huh? But anyway, her verbal diarrhea continues.
I'm in desperate need of your services.
Oh, God.
There's this boy I like, Franklin.
So there's this party at Shelby's house tonight.
Yes. 100 times yes.
So I'm thinking, listen, we show up as a hot
Couple, get Franklin a little jealous. Maybe you can stir up some attention from Shelby.
That's right, Celia has a crush on a boy who's gonna be at Shelby's party, and Celia wants Brooks to pretend to be her boyfriend to make the boy jealous. And wait a second here. Does anybody else feel like you've already seen this movie? Hold on here, isn't this To All the Boys I Loved Before? Did they? No. Did they really just make the same movie with the same guy? And we just let them get away with it? So long story short, they head to the party as a fake couple, because what could go wrong with that? And immediately Celia starts to freak out, because there's the cute boy, and reacts appropriately.
Oh my God, that's Franklin. Abort, let's go.
Wait, this is the whole reason that we're here. You see the guy in the yellow shirt?
Yes, stop being so obvious. He's cute. Stop it. Pretend to have a conversation with me.
Yeah, that's normal. But then, Brooks drags her over to said cute boy and breaks the ice, like any good boyfriend would.
Have you seen this collection? She is a music fiend, always going on and on about bands that I've never heard of. Tell him.
I like music.
I'm sorry. This has given me some serious PTSD flashbacks of me talking to any girl back when I was like 16 or like, 27. Hi, I've never seen you before. I'm Jessica. I like jelly beans. But, as is almost always the case, the other guy opens his mouth and that's when the other shoe drops.
I like music and records.
Me too. I mean, vinyl's the only pure delivery method, right?
Oh, no. He's one of these guys. Back it up, Celia. We gotta get out of here. Anyway, so while Celia's dealing with all of that, Brooks makes his way over to Shelby and shows us how a real professional does it.
You know your girlfriend's over there talking to Franklin Volley?
Everything's like so compressed on digital, it's like...
Yeah, it's okay. We trust each other. I'm not really the jealous type.
How refreshing.
Well, I aim to refresh.
What? So the movie goes on, and Brooks and Celia start hanging out more because, they're supposed to be like a fake couple or whatever. And of course, this means they get to know each other and end up having a good old heart-to-heart talk.
I stomp around in my boots looking tough to push people away. I'm too scared to show people who I really am.
Now, at some point later in time, Celia finally gets a date with Franklin, the guy that she liked from Shelby's party. And if you thought he was pretentious before, well, I got some news for you, because it's just turtles all the way down with this guy.
The truth about coffee is it's all in the grind. It has to be precise, or the water, it seeps through the filter too quickly.
You know a lot about coffee.
Pour over is an art form. It's not like that overly processed swill you got.
Celia, I warned you. This is all on you now. No one to blame but yourself. But hey, at least it's not gonna get any worse than coffee and vinyl, right?
So, you're into vinyl, and you're obviously very passionate about coffee. What else are you into?
I'm passionate about a lot of things. Most of all, my art.
Oh, geez, there it is. The trifecta. But like really though, I've known several guys like this, and for some reason, these kind of guys always seem to have girls making googly eyes at them. Like, I don't know, I guess there's just something about a guy who walks around like, vinyl records, that just makes some girls go, aha, just what I've been looking for. Anyway, so Brooks wants to go ahead and have a big fake breakup because, you know, Celia finally got the guy of her dreams. But after Celia's amazing date with Mr. Pour Over Coffee, she's starting to rethink her options a little. But with Brooks having his eyes set on Shelby, it's a little too late to back out now. So they go to yet another party thing, or whatever, and commence Operation Breakup. But that's when things start to get a little too real too fast for Celia.
You're nothing but a hypocrite, a fake.
Hold on a second.
So you stomp around in those boots and you act so tough, but that's all it is. It's just an act. You want to push me away? Go ahead, because we're through, baby. We are done.
So the plan works. Maybe a little too well, and Shelby swoops in to comfort a poor wounded Brooks and invites him to yet another school dance thing. Man, there's a lot more of these than I remember. So then we cut right to the night of the dance, and Brooks, being the professional gentleman that he is, takes Shelby to a fancy restaurant so they can get to know each other better. But in a shocking turn of events, they find out pretty quick that all they really have in common is that they like each other's face. And so basically the whole time it's just... like Power Rangers?
No.
So after giving up trying to find any common ground, they finally go to the dance. And things are kind of awkward because, you know, Celia's there doing another seance or whatever she does. But then things take a real sharp turn.
Brooks? It is you.
Leah, hi.
You really helped me out a lot. If I hadn't used your services, I wouldn't have had the nerve to go out with Larry here.
Wait, what do you mean you've used his services?
Brooks for hire. Isn't that what you're doing, Shelby?
So now the cat's out of the bag, whatever that means, and Shelby's just like, So they break up, and Brooks realizes that he was only interested in Shelby for her face and because she was popular. But the girl he actually likes, the girl he was really looking for, it was Celia the whole time. Okay, show of hands, and be honest now, who saw this coming? Anyway, so after having this little teachable moment, he goes over to Celia and he's like, hey, so about that whole breakup thing earlier.
Where's Franklin?
Oh, you know.
You guys didn't work out.
No, he didn't. You know, he's not really my type.
Would you like to dance?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not your backup.
So after getting rejected by 2 girls on the same night, like a loser, he then goes on this journey of self-discovery to find out who he really is. You know, behind all the fake personas and outfits and all that. So after returning from his little vision quest or whatever, he calls up Celia, and she thinks that he wants her to look at his college essay. But actually, it's a letter for her? Ooh.
Dear Admissions Office of the University of Celia Lieberman. First off, I just want to say what an honor it is just to be considered as a potential attendee at your fine institution. And secondly, this feels really creepy writing to you as if you're a university and not a person, so I'll stop that now.
So he goes on and on about how he used to be so obsessed with driving the best car or dating the prettiest girl or like whatever. But meeting Celia changed him forever. And then at the end he's like, do you like me too? Checkbox yes or no. And then later that night, I think. Wouldn't you know, Celia shows up at his door and takes him to the sandwich shop that he works at. Except now it's been redecorated to look like yet another school dance. And then we finally get to know what Celia over here thought of his little fake essay love letter thing.
Did I get in?
It was a tough call. I mean, your essay was littered with sentence fragments and run-ons. Like, seriously. But after careful consideration, the admissions board of the University of Celia Lieberman is pleased to inform you that yes, you are accepted.
And that's where the movie ends. So for the most part, you know, this movie's just your typical teen rom-com about like, oh, we're just friends, but are we? But what I thought was really odd was like the whole app thing, you know, like the entire shtick of the movie has nothing to do with the movie. I mean, he meets Celia and Shelby before the app even exists. He starts fake dating Celia because she asks him to. They fake break up, but turns out they actually like each other the whole time, but none of this has anything to do with the app. The only thing of any real consequence that happens with it is when Shelby finds out. But like at that point, Brooks had already realized that he didn't really like her and he was more interested in Celia anyway. And something I didn't really talk about is after breaking up with Shelby, he also realizes that just like with Shelby, he was only interested in Yale because it's famous. And at the end of the movie, he decides to go to a different school. So what's the point of this whole app storyline? It's like two different movies that someone tried to smash together like, this'll work. I mean, I feel like the movie had a lot of potential with the whole app idea. Like they really could have taken it in a lot of interesting directions. But as it is now, I mean, the movie's just kind of dumb. But that being said, to be fair, I did actually really like the characters of Brooks and Celia. Like they were fun to watch and listen to. Like they were funny and witty, but in kind of like an awkward way. Like I actually really enjoyed them. I feel like these characters were wasted on this movie because these two characters in, any number of other situations really could have been like, they could have made a good rom-com. It could have been something really funny and interesting and heartfelt. It could have been like the next, 500 Days of Summer or something like that. They really could have gone deep with it. Not that I expected much from a Netflix teen rom-com, but I'm just saying like these characters, the actor and actress and just the way they really sold these characters really well. They were just put through like the dumbest story. It's like, but it's a Netflix teen rom-com. That's what we get, I mean, that's what we come to expect now, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Follow me on Twitter. Let me know what was your favorite part of the video or give me suggestions for videos or just say hi. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram, Charlie Meets Pumpkin. And above all else, everybody, have a great day and I'll see you all next time.